Well, obviously, disappointed with the final outcome, but really, really proud of our group. The way they played for those first three quarters was to a T how we wanted to play, our game plan. Even coming out of halftime, I thought Bowling Green made that run, and we responded extremely well off of that. So spent a lot of time on how we were going to handle their full court pressure. Got to give BG a lot of credit in that fourth quarter. They really turned it up in the half court, and we kind of got away a little bit from what we were doing early on in the game. And I told my team I will 100% take this loss because I needed to help them a little bit more in that fourth quarter. And but it's early in the season. We'll learn from this. Unfortunately, we only play them once on the schedule. We may get another shot at them at the MAC tournament, but very, very proud of my group and how they showed up today.
Go ahead, George.
Coach, what specifically do you learn from this? I mean, you played a great game for three quarters.
Yeah. Good question, George. Never really have ever been in this position before, having that big of a lead against a team that's going to pressure you that much. And unfortunately, I had only one timeout left, and I wish I had one extra one because I would have called it when they were making that huge run. But I decided to keep it. In hindsight, probably should have burned it. But I thought, it was probably going to come down to the wire. And so I kept it in my back pocket. But, I think I learned in that moment that, you got to stop the bleeding somehow.
You mentioned that you're proud of the way your team fought back. You'll have to forgive me because I haven't been around to see you play. But is that the first time you've really taken punches all season, or no?
No, we've been down a lot. I think there's a stat out there, out of our 12 wins, we've come back in I think 6 or 8 of them, something close to that. So this team has been down before. We played from behind. We know how to do that. The way we came out, honestly, in that first quarter, we haven't done much of that all year. But I think it's a credit to our leadership, how focused we were on the game plan and how much we had to control the tempo, which was huge in this game. And I still, they had 71 points. I knew it had to be in the 60s, so I thought we can control the tempo until the end.
Was it just the pressure, or how much was it from, some teams, some coaches say some teams have to learn to be successful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much was it the pressure or from what they were doing to you, or the pressure of the moment?
Yeah, I think it was their pressure. I think this team, their word is resilient. I think they've been resilient all year. They're laser focused. They really don't get too high or too low, and I think you saw that, throughout the game. But BG turned it up. They play 10 people. They got fresh bodies, that are coming at you. And then also, at the end, they made shots too. They hit some big threes in that fourth quarter. So you got to give them a lot of credit. I do think it was them and how they play. I don't think this team is too big for the moment. I think we've had success. We had success last year. Obviously, we're a different group. We've had success, early on in this season. So, and they've done a really good job of handling success.
I don't want to use the term serving notice, but is this a case of, you're letting the conference has got to pay attention to Akron now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the way Bowling Green celebrated, it looked like they won the MAC championship. So I think, they knew the magnitude of this game. We talked about how it was just one more game on our schedule. Obviously, we know Bowling Green's a good opponent. I think they're going to be in the mix. I have a lot of respect for Robin Freilich and what she does over there. They're a great team. But yeah, the way that we played, we belong. I think we're here. It's got to be one game at a time for us. The most important game is Central Michigan on Wednesday night, and continuing to move forward.
do you think your program has finally taken a step forward between last year and this year?
Yeah, I think we're just so different. Obviously last year we had Jordan, Player of the Year. I think we had success in different ways with the Player of the Year, being top 3 in the MAC. This group is such a team, not that team wasn't, but we're so balanced. You see 3 in double figures. Molly's been huge for us all year. This group just plays a different way, and we do it with our zone. We do it with our defense. I thought our zone was fantastic tonight. You saw our length and our size. So yeah, I do. I think we're right where we need to be in this conference, and I feel good about our group going forward.